And Peter, we're in the new NV200. It's kind of a compact van. Tell me, first of all, who do you think will buy this car? I see you've got the Gibson.
This is great.
On the back.
Yeah, this really speaks to the craftsman that we had in mind when developing this vehicle. Yeah, this really speaks to the craftsman that we had in mind when developing this vehicle. Basically a blank canvas for a small business owner craftsman to make use of this great cargo space. But there's a couple of customers we had in mind when developing this. We saw that the big fleet operators that ran the full-size vans, they could take part of their fleet and make it a little more efficient. That was our idea many years ago. With the downturn in the economy, of course they got smarter and they're like, maybe we don't need the entire fleet to be a full-size product. We can take a portion of them and make them use a more efficient product, because most of the time, or some of the times, they just go on a very simple service call where it's a very simple repair, small.
You don't need all this room.
You don't need all the room. You don't need the capability of it. You're not carrying a lot of equipment parts. You're just carrying a small toolbox to repair a cabinet, as one of our customers put it. So you don't need the full-size van for that, or just driving to the customer's site to do quote new business. You don't need to drive a full-size product for that.
So give me the kind of technical specification. What size engine?
It's a 2-liter engine. It's a proven power plant. We've used it in a lot of products in the US and global markets. So it's very simple, fuel efficient. It has great power and torque characteristics to give you
front-wheel drive?
Front-wheel drive.
CVT?
CVT transmission, so very smooth, especially in a city environment where you're not hunting between the first 3 gears.
And what's the output, horsepower-wise?
It's a little over 130 horsepower, 139 foot-pounds of torque.
And of course, the bigger question, what's the MPG? Because this is, a segment that people are very fuel conscious.
24 miles per gallon combined city highway.
It's good for a utility van. Yeah.
Very easy to own, and it's a very compact platform. You can see from the size, it's a very small product, but it has large cargo space.
Now, a few years ago, you weren't even in this market, and since that time, you've brought in a whole line of cargo and utility vans.
Yes.
With this being the smallest, and one of the things that you're obviously known for is that you're working with the city of New York.
Yes.
To create taxi cabs.
Yes.
Is that a strategy that spawned from the fact that you're bringing in all these utility vehicles?
Well, we were working on the cargo product that was in the works when New York City announced that they had a competition for a Taxi of Tomorrow project. And when we read the requirements, a very thick book from New York City of what they wanted out of their next taxi cab, it was a custom vehicle. And a couple of things drew us to the NV200 platform. One was that it was a compact platform, but it had large interior space, so we can use the cargo area of the vehicle.
What is the volume, by the way? I'm sure people would be interested in that.
123 cubic foot of cargo space in the back. The platform, a small footprint, very fuel efficient, large room on the inside, and at the same time we could convert it to a wheelchair accessible vehicle. So the city wanted a singular vehicle that could be wheelchair accessible and a standard taxi. So it made a perfect platform for that. It was very efficient, and it was a blank canvas for New York City to, it was a collaborative effort to design an environment for the passengers.
So will people be seeing these in New York as taxi cabs at some point?
October.
So
yes.
Coming up very quickly.
Very quickly. We've been working very hard creating a very unique product. It'll be the first taxi basically done by an OEM from the beginning, take into consideration the needs of passengers and drivers and residents in the city, and it'll be the first taxi to be safety tested and certified with all the taxi components installed.
And I have to ask, since Nissan of course has the Leaf, will we be seeing an electric version of this at some point? Is that something I would assume you're working on?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Our vision for the city because the city wants to reduce their CO2 footprint with this initiative and provide better service for the industry and the riders. Our vision is that the fleet at some point going to electric power plant. That's the biggest way to reduce the CO2 output. But the city, it's a 24/7 business, and we're trying to figure out how we can incorporate electric vehicle into that business model. To start that, we've given the city 6 Leaf vehicles to use as taxis. So they're running around the city right now, and it's a collaborative pilot program between the city and Nissan to understand, how can we make these EVs work in that industry.
Now this, I take it, competes with other vans like the Ford Transit Connect.
Yes.
And that's also new. So it seems like this competition has just heated up in the last few years, right? We haven't had any,
Yes.
and now we've got many of the major manufacturers in the world competing for this market. Why is that? Why is this market so lucrative, I guess?
Well, we started our project before Transit Connect was introduced, but these type of vehicles are a mature segment in other countries.
Yes, they've been around a long time. In Europe, especially in Japan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the question was, can U.S. use a more efficient product in the U.S.? And we did research a long time ago, and especially small business owners were like, absolutely, I don't have a lot of margin. I need something that is durable, easy to operate, easy on the pocketbook, gets good fuel economy. We're like, I think we have a solution for that globally. So we worked on bringing the NV200 to this market, and we've made a lot of changes, of course, but I think it's going to grow. We're very optimistic about this segment.
Now, one of the, I think, key factors in this market is that the people who use these cars, these vans, are actually living in their office, right? This is their office space.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
so what have you done to make that kind of more user-friendly?
Well, a couple of things that we've done differently than the NV200 that we use in other markets. First of all, the product is stretched 8 inches,
okay.
So a little bit longer cargo length. And we've incorporated a mobile office concept because it is an office for that. So we've designed a new center console for this product. You can see a center console area for hanging file folders. So very simple design, but you can put your hanging file folders and carry invoices with you. 2 12-volt outlets, 2 large cup holders, and a couple of storage bins here. But the front passenger seat will fold flat, completely flat, with a hard back where you can put a laptop.
All right, let's show me that. I'm going to get out.
Okay.
I'm going to move the camera.
Sure.
Why don't you show me that? So, here, go ahead, go for it.
Oh, you haven't seen this yet, have you?
So we'll do this.
Oh, nice! Look at that. So now you got your laptop right here.
Laptop there. You can write invoices here. So great surface to use as an office.
And I'm impressed by the interior. It looks, it looks upscale.
It's very nice for commercial vehicle.
Yeah.
It's no longer the penalty box for driving a commercial vehicle. And we have the technology package with Bluetooth, full navigation, Google Send to Car, XM radio, backup camera. So it's like a little office.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate the
Anytime.
information. Thanks.
Sure.